Hello everyone, we are going to say about mechanics of metal cutting, orthogonal cutting and oblique cutting. So before we are getting into the main topic, we can say about the introduction to the metal cutting. Metal cutting is the process of producing a job by removing a layer of unwanted material from a given workpiece. Imagine that in your hand you are having a raw workpiece and you need to convert into a required shape. For the conversion, you need to remove the excessive metal outside the required shape. So the process of removing the unwanted metal from the given workpiece is known as metal cutting. The figure below shows the schematics of typical metal cutting process in which a wedge-shaped sharp-edged tool is set to a certain depth of cut and moves relative to the workpiece. So if you see in this diagram, this is the workpiece and the red color one is the tool and the yellow color one is the chip, the unwanted chip. This is the rough surface of the unwanted chip and this is the shiny surface of the unwanted chip. This is the rake angle. Rake angle is the angle of the surface of a cutting tool tip over which the chip is removed. This is the tool surface, this is the shear plane and this is the shear angle. Shear angle is the angle made by the shear plane with the direction of the tool travel, and this is the flank. Flank is defined as a surface below and adjacent to the cutting edges. So before we are getting into the main topic, I would like to introduce myself. I am Saran Karthik from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, CIT College, Coimbatore. So, mechanics of metal cutting. Mechanics of metal cutting consists of a study of machining process and accurate estimation of dynamic cutting forces by the use of suitable analytical method. Different scientists have prepared different models and advanced their own theory and analysis of metal cutting action. There are certain basic concepts used by most of them. So the basic concepts are a wedge-shaped tool with a straight cutting edge is made to move relative to the workpiece and a layer of metal called chip is removed. In this presentation, we are going to see about orthogonal cutting and oblique cutting. Orthogonal cutting. The cutting operation in which the cutting edge of the tool is perpendicular, that is 90 degree to the cutting velocity, is known as orthogonal cutting. In this type of cutting, the chip flow in the direction normal to the cutting edge. The chip flow will be in the direction normal to the cutting edge. So if you see in this diagram, this is the tool, this is the unwanted chip that is being removed, and this is the workpiece, and this is the direction of cutting tool motion. And in this diagram, this is the tool and this is the workpiece. And if you see, the angle between the workpiece and the tool is 90 degree, so it is called as orthogonal cutting, and this is the depth of cut. We can see about oblique cutting, the cutting operation in which the cutting edge of the tool is not perpendicular, that is inclined, which means below 90 degree to the cutting velocity, is known as oblique cutting. In this type of cutting, chip flow make an angle with the normal to the cutting edge. This is called inclination angle or angle of obliquity. In this diagram, this is the tool which is not in perpendicular, which is in some degree, we can assume it as 60 degree, and this is the chip and this is the workpiece and this is the tool motion. In this diagram, this is the workpiece and this is the tool, and the tool is not in perpendicular. As you can see, the tool is not in perpendicular, it is somewhat in 60 degree, and this is not a constant degree, and this may vary from the workpiece to workpiece and vary from the worker to worker. We can see the differences between orthogonal and oblique cutting. So the basis of comparison first is motion. In orthogonal cutting, the cutting edge of the tool makes right angle to the direction of feed motion. As we already see, the cutting tool makes 90 degree to the workpiece, which is known as orthogonal cutting. In oblique cutting, the cutting edge of the tool is inclined to the direction of motion. Components of force. There are two components of force which are mutually perpendicular. So if you see in orthogonal cutting, there are two components of force. One is the cutting force and another one is the thrust force, and can be represented by 2D coordinate system. So if you can see in this image, this is the cutting force, and this is the thrust force. Uh, in oblique cutting, three components of force are considered, that is thrust force, radial force and cutting force. These components cannot be represented by 2D coordinate system, they can be only represented by 3D coordinate system. So if you see in this diagram, this is the cutting force and thrust force, and this is the radial force. Cutting edge. The cutting edge is larger than the cutting width in orthogonal cutting. In oblique cutting, the cutting edge may or may not be larger than the cutting width. Tool life. In orthogonal cutting, the tool that uses orthogonal type of cutting has a lesser cutting life. In oblique cutting, the tool that uses oblique type of cutting has more cutting life. I'll explain this line a bit later. Heat concentration. I'll also explain this line a bit later. Chip flow. The chip flow is in the direction normal to the cutting edge in orthogonal cutting. The chip flow is along the sideways in oblique cutting. Shear force per unit area. Shear force that act per unit area is high in orthogonal cutting. Due to the high shear force, the friction between the workpiece and the tool will be more. Due to high friction, the heat generated between the workpiece and the tool will be high. So the tool life will be less in orthogonal cutting. As I said, the tool that uses orthogonal type of cutting has lesser cutting life due to this reason. So in oblique cutting, the shear force per unit is low, a factor which decreases heat developed per unit area, hence increasing tool life. So in oblique cutting, the shear force between the workpiece and the tool is low. So due to low shear force, the friction will also be less, and obviously the heat generated will also be less. So the tool has more life than compared to orthogonal cutting. As I said, the heat generation will also be high in orthogonal cutting and will be low in oblique cutting. Surface finish. The surface finish obtained is very poor in orthogonal cutting. So this is due to the reason the chip flow is in the direction normal to the cutting edge. In orthogonal cutting, the chip will flow after touching the surface of the workpiece, and then only it will get out. So the surface finish will not be good in orthogonal cutting, but in oblique cutting, the chip flow along the sideways, so it will not touch the surface of the workpiece. Hence, the surface finish will be quite finer when compared to orthogonal cutting. Uses. The orthogonal cutting is used in parting, slotting, pipe cutting operations, etc. And the oblique cutting is used in all industrial cutting, used in drilling, milling, surface grading, etc. So this is the major differences between the orthogonal and oblique cutting. So thank you all for patiently listening to my presentation.